Spring, a new season, a time for new beginnings, and a time for flowering bulb plants. Hi, I'm Gary, your floral expert here at ShopRite. Flowering bulb plants include the popular tulips, bright yellow daffodils, and hyacinths, known for their wonderful fragrance. Each of these can really brighten a room and all make wonderful gifts. You'll want to select plants whose flowers are in tight bud stage for the longest enjoyment, or you can choose plants already in bloom for instant color. Keep these flowering bulb plants out of heat and direct sun to enjoy the flowers as long as possible. A cool, bright window is best to keep the stem strong and upright. The cooler the room, the longer the flowers will stay beautiful. Water these when the top of the soil feels dry to the touch, but temporarily remove that decorative pot cover to allow the excess water to drain out of the bottom. This avoids the chance of overwatering or producing any unpleasant odors. Some folks like to transplant their potted bulb plants into their garden to enjoy in future spring seasons. Wait until the last frost has passed when you can easily dig in the soil. You'll want to remove old faded blooms so that the plant's energy is directed into the leaves and not the seeds. Let the green leaves stay intact to provide energy for next year's flowers, and once those leaves turn yellow and have shriveled, then they can be easily removed. Tulips and hyacinths often have a limited lifespan when planted in your garden. They may produce fewer or no flowers at all. Sometimes it's best to think of these as long-lasting decorative plants that are discarded when they finished blooming. Daffodils, however, multiply and they get better over the years, making them a perfect item to plant in the yard. Plus, they're deer and rabbit proof. You'll want to plant them so that the level of the soil in the pot is even with the soil in your garden. Avoid planting too deep, which can prevent flowering. The traditional Easter lily can be enjoyed indoors for many days. You'll want to choose plants that are showing some open blooms along with some closed buds for the longest display. As with other potted bulb plants, take off that pot cover when watering and then replace it when the excess water has drained out of the bottom holes. Now here's a trick to keep those white trumpets nice and clean. Just as the flower begins to open, reach in and remove those 6 stamens. Those are the little round tops of the long filaments. Taking these out prevents the pollen from being released and staining the flowers. So bring some spring indoors now with flowering potted bulb plants, all available at your neighborhood ShopRite.